Yeah, I think we'll be all right. My bad. I'm eating a little bit too because I haven't ate much of anything, so you might see me taking bites in between
Yeah,
and shit.
I'm smoking my vape, but I blow it in the fucking
Napkin,
paper towel to filter it so that it don't smoke up the house and shit. Yeah,
right? Cause you got the pregnant babe, the pregnant lady.
yeah. Pregnant fiance is crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's wild. It's crazy because all my friends are starting to have kids or get married, and it's pretty cool to see because now I'm not the only one.
Yeah, yeah. Your son gonna be babysitting, nigga.
Right, he gonna be all their big cousins,
Yeah.
teaching them his fucked up ways.
He can't be fucked up. Man. He's a kid, bro.
No, I know. I love that boy, but he be tearing shit up.
Well, he like 5 now, right?
Yeah, he'll be 6 January.
Okay. Yeah,
So
hell
he
yeah.
just, well, I tell you, the time flies. Because the last time you saw him, like a couple years ago, he was just like knee high,
Yeah.
and now he up to like my chest
Damn.
almost. He's gonna be tall.
Shit. Yeah. What? You ain't short, right?
I'm kind of short. I'm like 5'7", so I'm not really that tall.
Yeah, that's not super short though. But damn, you already
No,
see your chest. Shit.
yeah, I'm not a midget, or I'm sorry, I'm not a little person. So, so
Can't say shit no more.
I know, right? I don't mean nothing by it. But no, let me just go ahead and introduce the pod. So what's up, everybody? It's your boy Parish. Welcome back to another episode of the UnParishable Podcast. And today I'm with the homie in these internet streets again, with the homie Rob Hodge, or as we used to call him back in the day, High Wavy, aka Wavy, Big Wave.
I haven't seen that person in a long time, bro.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, fuck, we change. Shit
Yeah,
happens.
yeah,
But you just adopted your, or not adopted, but take back your regular name.
yeah.
Put the wavy guy to the side.
Oh yeah, all the way about 98%.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone, bro.
He hanging on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm doing well, man. Just chilling, preparing to be a father and a husband and shit. It's pretty cool.
Right. That's dope. Like I was saying, all my friends are starting to do it. So welcome to the club, man.
Yeah, we still got some time or whatever, but it's not that much time. But yeah, I'm in training mode right now.
Right, figuring out all the buttons, how to use them.
Yeah,
Up, down, left, right, A, B,
yeah,
select, whatever.
yeah.
Trying to find the cheat codes.
Yep. I finally got the PS5, and I suck at all these games that I'm trying to play, bro. It's not the same because it's life, but it's kind of the same.
Yeah, I was thinking that because I just picked up the sticks yesterday because I was at one of my homies' house for like his birthday, and they was playing 2K and shit. And I was like, man, I forgot how to play this fucking game.
Bro,
Just getting my butt whooped and shit.
yeah, it's too much. I don't even play online. I'm right now. I just play against myself because I'm not trying to be pissed off, wasting my time, fucking
Yeah,
getting blown out.
yeah. My nephews was over here playing like UFC and Mortal Kombat, and I was thinking like, oh, I could use the same controls as for UFC as I did when I had a PS3. That shit ain't the same at all. I was
No,
like, Why they change all the controls up? It was good the way that we had it the first time.
Bro, I didn't even know that you could do 4 hit combos on UFC. I'm not even downloading that game. Yeah, nah. They be whooping my ass on there every time I go online.
Yeah, I used to be good at that game, and now it's like, because nobody would know how to defend the ground. So I would
Uh,
always pick like a jiu-jitsu guy or a wrestling guy and slam people because the controls were kind of weird for the ground game, but I knew how
yeah,
to do it. Now they changed it up completely.
yeah.
So I
It's
so I was the one getting fucked up when they and kept getting slammed on the ground.
yeah, bro. Yeah, nah. I'm not good at video games. I never really been good at video games, but still, I was like, all right, but now, nah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta practice.
and I be feeling like I don't got the time or too old. Because after a while, the older you get, the more frustrated shit make you. So you just be like, man, get this fucking game out my face. I ain't got
Yeah,
time for this. I got real shit to do.
yeah. I try to limit how much I play, but sometimes you look up and it's like 2-3 hours after. Like, all right, I gotta go do something constructive because this
Right.
was not cool. Sitting here 3 hours fucking tapping buttons and shit from some augmented reality. Like, yeah.
Word, exactly. So, segue into some real questions. So, first off, like, what caused the switch from, being high wavy, this very energetic musician, to being Rob Hodge, this fiance dad comedian?
Uh, I honestly like it just was kind of destructive at the time. Like I've
Right?
always been Rob Hodge. I was high wavy for like 3 years.
That's true.
Bro, some of the worst times of my life, but it was fun. But yeah, nah,
Yep.
that won't cut it for a 40-year old, bro. Like, hell nah.
Not at
I
all.
ain't I ain't 40, but I can't. That high wavy shit. It was a lot, man. Like it was too much. I was hanging out with people who I probably normally wouldn't hang out with. I like music, but that whole like style of music I was making, that was me like rebelling against myself, who I like
Yeah.
actually am. So not like I was like faking or nothing, but it was cool, and I was diving deep into it, like it was cool. It was dope. It was authentic, but it just it as a smart person, like you can't have your life like that forever. Like that shit
Yeah. Yeah,
that
you
shit
can't
lasted.
sustain.
Mm-mm. Hell no. I was, yeah, no. That was way too much for now. Looking back at it, I'm like, damn, like I don't even go out no more. Like it's
Yeah.
weird. It's like, bro, that high wavy was way too much. Like I look back at the pictures, like, bro, what was wrong with your eyes, and why were you taking pictures with your eyes looking like that? Like, hell no.
Man, the level of energy you had, there it was a lot that I liked about it though, because I just like remember the first time like seeing you when we were all at the whatchamacallit, the Playlist Academy
Yeah,
auditions or whatever. I was like, man, this guy's bold. Because like, you had a style and a way of doing things that most people wouldn't do. Most people wouldn't put themselves out there like that. So I was
yeah,
like, it's dope that you had your own lane, but I guess that's the Rob Hodge part of you. That's
yeah,
just like the bold, like I'll make my own lane wherever. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But the level
yeah.
of energy that like of the music and the things you were doing, I guess for you was probably too much to sustain for a long period of time.
It's like kind of you know like Martin was only on for like 5 seasons. Arsenio Hall show
Yeah.
was only on for like 4 seasons. Fucking what else? Barry Sanders. No, Bo Jackson only played
Yeah.
professional football for like 2-3 years. Like Barry
Right.
Sanders retired early. It's just sometimes shit is like good and it's like, it makes people happy and proud and it's a lot of energy, but then like when you look back at it, it's kind of like you gotta chill, man. Like this ain't like, this ain't
Yeah.
you can't be out here fucking out, bro. I don't want to say exactly what I was doing, but like, yeah, nah, that couldn't have lasted. If I was still doing that right now, I honestly don't know where I would be. Like right now,
Mm.
I definitely wouldn't be where I am right now if I was still doing that.
Yeah. So I know like a few years ago, you moved out of Atlanta to LA, right?
Hmm.
And shortly after that was when I saw the switch from Wavy to Rob Hodge. So like,
Yeah,
was it something to do with also going back to LA and
yeah, man.
like a change there?
So the whole thing, honestly, all right, like High Wavy, honestly, I'm being redundant. I hate being redundant, but High Wavy was a character that I created to protect Rob Hodge from being
Hmm.
so modest and so like letting people do whatever, letting people, like comment on my clothes, tell me how to dress, tell me how to wear my hair, tell me how to walk around, tell me how to drink, tell me how to have my fun. High Wavy just didn't give a fuck at all. That was the first time that
Hmm.
I truly did not give a fuck. And yeah, man, like I said, that was why he was created. But when I got back home and I got back to my roots, I just remembered who I was, and I got, I was around my family a lot. Just doing like driving past my old schools and all of that. Like I was a private school kid. Like,
Yeah.
like seeing where I grew up, and it just wasn't. Like I said, it was authentic while I was doing it, but after I got back to my roots, I kind of felt like, it was the Atlanta version of me, I guess you could say. It was the Edgewood
Yeah.
version of me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so it kind of had something to do with that, and that's when I started to get into comedy and stuff. I always was kind of funny or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I always say little funny shit, but I'm like, I still want to perform, but I don't necessarily want to do music. So let's
Right.
find a stage. And yeah, I've been kind of going ever since.
And I think comedy is like a very great medium uh to be creative with your thoughts. So like
Yeah,
you still get to have like even rebellious or like different bold takes, but
yeah,
now you get to refine them into like, a stand-up set
yeah, yeah,
and you know work those things out. Because I think like you said, you were always funny. And I feel like you do have the mindset for comedy or the demeanor for it because there are lots of people that are funny like day to day. I feel like I say funny shit all day, but I
yeah.
don't know if I could be
Everybody's funny.
yeah,
Everybody's
but I
funny, but
don't.
go ahead.
No, go
My
ahead.
bad.
No, you good. Go ahead. Good. Go
So
ahead.
everybody's funny, but not everybody can stand on that stage and have all these people looking at you like they don't want to be there, and you still make them want to be there. That's
Right.
what. That's honest. I mean, that's kind of some of what High Wavy got me. I mean, I guess that's why I said it's like 98% going. That's that 2% of like I don't give a fuck if y'all think I'm funny or not. I'm still gonna get the shit off.
Right.
And like my style, I don't really say like provocative stuff. I'm more of like a storyteller, and I try to
Hmm.
like one of my jokes is I kind of retired it so I could say it. It's like being a comedian is like being a stripper. Like you don't have a backing track. You don't have lights shining to distract people. You don't have like anything but your thoughts and like, like your stage presence, your demeanor or whatever.
Right.
But it's hard to be up there, bro. It'd be like it'd be just people looking at you. And then also what I learned about it, it's one of the hardest arts, bro. Like when you up there on stage, people like you said, like I said, everybody's funny, but
Mm-hmm.
ask them to go up on stage in front of people who came to see comedy and see if they still can stand up there and make those people laugh and like have a good time. Because it's even, like, all right, with music, it's when I would perform Feel Better, I'm gonna make whoever in the crowd at least respect it at the end because it's booming in your ear. I'm running around on
Right.
stage, kicking and screaming and yelling, dress flying all over the place. I got on fucking no clothes half the way, like. But like, bro, like even with comedy, some of your stuff can be funny to a certain crowd, but then you perform it the same jokes in front of another crowd, and they be like, "Get this sorry ass nigga out of here!"
Right. The fuck are you talking about?
It's a part. It's a part of being a comedian. Like they call it bombing. Like
Yeah,
every successful comedian has bombed like bad. Like I bombed recently,
absolutely.
bro. I bombed recently. So I told this joke about Chicago people, but
Oh
I
yeah.
like I said it, but the reason why, because I talked to some older comedians about it, and the reason why I basically lost the crowd because I said the word bitch, and they thought that I was calling them bitches. But
Mm,
like I told you, that's the whole, like in LA, like we don't, people say bitch in California. It's not really like a a bad thing. I'm not calling y'all like
yeah.
you a bitch,
That's my
like, but
bitch.
yeah, I said y'all got some bitches down here, and they was like, we don't like this
Mm,
nigga. Get him off. And the whole set was just
right.
downhill from then. But
See, that's what I was saying though. You got the demeanor for that because if that was me, I'd be like, okay, I'm going home. Like,
yeah, nah, they had to pull me off stage that day, bro. I'm like, look, y'all gonna laugh at some of this shit. Fuck that. This shit
right.
is funny, but like I said, it's just like comedy, bro. This shit is super hard, and I'm still like early in it. Like this dude's been doing this
Hmm.
shit for 30 years. Like I'm on year 2. Like yeah, but I'm finally getting like my style or whatever. It's more like storytelling, and then I don't like to like like all right, you got your Kevin Hart's
Yeah.
who get up there and they kind of animated, they like kind of quirky a little
Yeah.
bit. Like he could get up there and he'll make you laugh by like say something, say something,
Right.
like or like Chris Rock. Chris Rock gonna get up there and talk like Chris Rock the whole time, like. And then I went to like, but
Yeah.
I don't
Have you ever seen the best driver?
exactly like, and I don't really like to be like that. So I just been practicing and practicing, and I found like the best way for me to like feel comfortable and actually be able to, get an understanding from the crowd. I gotta like tell the stories that are just funny in my life.
Right.
So yeah,
That's the best version to me. When it comes from like a real place and you're
yeah,
just telling stories and weaving in bits
yeah,
to your stories. And because I feel like those end up being better setups for bits too.
yeah,
Because once you get people ensnared in the story, they're like locked in, and
yeah,
then all of a sudden you hit them with the punchline, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Now
exactly.
I didn't expect that coming, and now everyone's laughing.
Yeah, yeah, because like I
But
said,
the
like
comedy grind I know the comedy grind is a tough one. Just listening to what comics say about it and watching the stuff they do, because I've always respected it because I think I've always known it was something different than just making people laugh on the street or
oh yeah,
just saying anything. Because there are some, like I said, there are some people that can just make people laugh. But
mm-hmm.
could you stand there where people are like coming to see you, make them laugh, and come up with, ways to make them laugh?
Yeah,
It's an art form that is not easy. And
yeah,
you're writing these things out and
yep,
something don't work. So now, and it could be one word, just changing one word, either
bro,
adding a word, taking out a word, holding
yeah,
a word longer. shortening a word, anything
Mm-hmm.
like that that'll make a bit pop. And
Yeah.
it's like I don't think I have the patience or the strength to stand there and have nobody like if like imagine me singing my fucking heart out, dude, on stage,
and then
just like I'm
everybody just
giving
like,
them everything, and everyone's like,
get this nigga out of here. Like, like,
I'll be
whoa,
like, what?
bro, bro,
Yo,
it's crazy, but man, it's like it's still like like all of it is kind of relative. It's just like you said. It's just certain people are just built for certain things, and
hmm
it's all different puzzles. All puzzles. You can't put another puzzle piece with another puzzle and fit the puzzle in. So like like
right,
it's just a different puzzle. But yeah,
right,
that shit is hard. And then like like staying around and like rules and all of that, like I said, I got a not necessarily a mentor, but it's a couple older comedians who are like helping me out and giving me pointers and all of that. Bro,
yeah,
I didn't know. All right, so I wore shorts one time when
yeah.
I was performing. He was like, bro, don't ever do that again. I'm like, god damn, like, I can't wear shorts, bro.
I can't be comfortable.
It's like I'm trying to
The
wear
back of
shorts.
my knees gotta sweat, nigga.
but
Like I'm
bro
trying to be comfy.
but remember what I told you. Everybody is up there to see you and listen to you. So if you got something distracting them from listening to you, then that also could take away from your joke. Because I'm not really,
That's true.
I'm not a character. I got funny shit that happened to me that I talk about. So like some people can get away with it. Some comedians wear wigs, all that shit. They have props and all of that, but I
Yeah.
don't. I'm sitting there trying to tell a story, but some lady might like my calves, so she's not even paying attention to what I'm saying anymore. Like, so yeah, it's yeah.
Right.
So like I've taken on this like more like serious style. So I kind of I have to go with everything that comes with. So yeah,
Yeah. And I do think, with anything you do, if you're starting out and you're learning, learning the rules of engagement first is
mm-hmm.
probably the best thing. So, you've had someone who's been 10 years in the game saying, hey, dog, you might not want to wear shorts on stage. You might
Yeah,
want to listen to them, until you get really into the game. You know what you're doing at that point, and you're like,
yeah,
you know what? I know how to make wearing shorts work for me. So
yeah,
I'm gonna give
yeah,
that a try, and try, do it a certain way. But
yeah,
learning the rules of engagement is the best thing. And it's always going to be something you probably would have never thought. Is
yeah.
just be like, what? Like, I can't
But
wear shorts?
it's like
Like, that's crazy.
but it like going back to music before I became High Wavy, bro. That was me studying. I studied a lot of people. Like before I did that
Right.
shit, like I studied a lot of like rock bands. I studied like I used to watch Michael Jackson's Bad tour. No, his was it Dangerous? The one he did, the Melbourne, the famous one, the one where people were passing out and shit. I watched like start to finish of that.
Where he was like just standing there on stage.
Not that particular show, but the one where he was. I think it was. He was in Melbourne. I haven't watched it in so long. I don't even know. But he used to open up with "Wanna Be Starting Something." It was after he left his brothers, and the Jackson Five wasn't his backup
Oh,
dancers
okay.
no more. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
tour, like I studied that tour. I used to study Rick James's performances. I used to study Prince's performances. Like that's remember at
hmm
Al Five when I did that like spinny thing with the
Spinning
mic and
yeah.
caught it, bro. That was Rick James. Like
Yeah.
that was 100% Rick James. But yeah, like it's just to to be able to excel at an art, you got to study that shit and you got to get advice. And for music, for me, I didn't really know anybody who had been doing it for 10 years, so I just YouTubed it up. But down here, bro, Chicago got a dope like comedy scene, like for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's an open mic tonight that I'm just I don't feel like going, so I'm not going. But it's an open mic every night. It's like shows all over this place, like all the time.
Right.
Like yeah,
Now, Chicago, I know, is one of those scenes where a lot of people come up, like Bernie Mac. And a lot of people after him came up in
Yep,
Chicago.
Bernie Mac, Damon Williams, D. Ray, Lil
Yep.
Rel. Who else? It was a couple. It's a couple other people who are like just a little bit like less famous, like not any like shot or whatever. And that's another thing about comedy. Like it's okay to be a comedian who's not famous because you still can tour. Like it's kind of like
Man,
music
yeah,
too. Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
absolutely.
I met a lot of guys, but I'm horrible with names and shit, and we don't talk every day, so
Yeah,
yeah.
me too. I be
Like, bro,
having to see people 3 times before I remember their name. And I'll
I
be
don't
like, oh yeah, okay, I got you.
like Playlist Academy and high school football are some of the names that I won't forget because those are like probably some of the only teams that I've ever been on. So like, yeah,
Right,
yeah, it's hard for me to remember people who I don't talk to all the time and haven't really like done much with.
right. So where you were, you started doing the comedy in LA?
Yeah, yeah. My first show was at a hotel cafe. It was like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. I was looking for a job, and I saw on Indeed stand up comedian.
For real?
I'm like, no cap, bro. I applied. I'm like, yo, he does. They're like, bring out 5 people, and I'll learn how to do that for Playlist Academy. And then like
Right,
I know how to get 5 people out easy. I can get 10, matter of fact. And then I got them out, and I just like I haven't really like I haven't stopped since, but I haven't like been doing it like every night. Like I'm like I said, I'm still learning, bro. I call myself.
mm-hmm.
It's like if we're talking about video games earlier. If we make like a tier of where I'm at as a comedian, I think let's make 5 tiers. I'm still like almost at tier 2, but not really.
Yeah,
Like
you
yeah,
like getting up there.
like I just now got like 8 minutes that I could do consistently.
Mm, that's
Yeah,
not bad at all.
yeah, that shit is tough though.
No, I know. What was that first set like? Because I think it's how bad, how down bad were they that they needed to put a comedian like application list on Indeed to
So
get a nigga to come through? So
I figured out I figured out what happened, right? So
yeah,
in LA, the LA comedy scene is not like the Chicago comedy scene, like for sure. In LA, if you're trying to be an entertainer, everybody take it so serious that they don't even want to look
yeah,
like they coming up. So I figured out that this guy basically, in my opinion, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm kind of I pay attention to shit. He just wanted to have openers for him.
oh okay,
So yeah, he just
yeah,
wanted people to open up for him. And we got paid in like drink tickets and all that shit. And
yeah,
but it was still cool exposure, like a good experience. And shit, he gave us a stage, so it was dope. But yeah, I think yeah,
mm-hmm,
it wasn't like shiesty or whatever. But yeah, he just wanted people to
yeah.
open for him.
And how was that first set? Like,
The first,
how did you prepare or anything, or was it just like I'm gonna
yes.
get up here and oh okay,
So I didn't know how to write jokes, but I wrote down some stuff that I thought was jokes.
yeah,
And like I said, I brought 10 people out. So they was laughing at whatever I said anyway. And a lot of it is the crowd. And I think it was like a crowd of like maybe 30 people. So if 10 other people are laughing, those other people are going to laugh. So to be totally honest, my first set went really well. Cause like I
mm,
said, it's like the crowd and those are my people. So yeah,
right,
the first set went well. It kind of went not necessarily downhill from then, but people come sometimes, people don't come sometimes, and then you think you got it, then you go perform in front of some other folks. Like let's say like the third or fourth set, it started to get
mm-hmm,
challenging because one, I didn't want to tell the same jokes because I did not know that. All right, so comedy is like music for the fact of people perform the same jokes. Like you have your signature jokes and you have like your set that you prepare. I didn't know that at first.
yeah,
So I'm trying to say something new every time, but it's like a waste of time to do that because you can't get better at it if you don't perform it in front of a bunch of crowds. So I had no idea about that honestly until about like 4 months ago. But yeah,
Damn.
it was a little challenging, but it wasn't horrible. Like I felt better at first because I was just doing it. Now I'm like looking at everybody and like trying to figure out what I'm doing, like how to make the crowd and how to make this joke go with this joke, how to make my callbacks come back to my callbacks. Like it's more of a like a I won't call it a science, but it's more serious, I guess now. So I'm looking at it deeper than I was before. But yeah, the first few times I was good.
Yeah. That that's not a bad exercise though, with trying to do something new, especially in the beginning, because you know, I think some people do kind of get comfortable with trying to do the same thing over it. Like I know this is
Yeah,
gonna make them laugh.
yeah,
So you have to be creative, but at the same time, you do have to craft a good,
yeah,
set
yeah.
to
You
pull
can't.
out, and you can't work. You're not gonna make a joke, know how to make a joke better if you're not taking an old joke and seeing like, okay, let me do it like this time,
Yeah,
and then punching it up.
yeah, yeah. So it's like like you take stuff out, you add stuff, you change characters, you put the jokes in different order to see like. But yeah, it's getting it's getting I'm actually doing I'm actually getting asked to do shows now, which is kind of cool. Like, and I'm
Yeah,
like, so that's the good part about it. But yeah, it's some of that shit I had to take out. It's a lot of shit.
yeah,
It's a lot of shit that I had to take. Like, I tried to tell a joke about Sexy Red in front of a group of 50-year-olds. They were like, "Nigga, if you don't get your ass out of here."
right.
That was the same show that I said bitch, and they hated me. I was like, well, I don't
Oh
know. I was like,
shit.
yeah, but yeah,
First he
it's
said
the best.
bitch, now he talking about hot red gum or sexy red. I don't know what he talking about now.
Yeah, and I was like, it's weird. I was mad, but I wasn't embarrassed. Like, I
Yeah,
think that's why I'm not gonna stop. Yeah, that's the high wavy there, but it's also Rob Hodge's high wavy, but high wavy ain't well. Rob Hodge ain't high wavy. It's the yeah
right,
it's just the fight that I have. I guess I could say.
right. But it's dope because the first time I seen a clip of yours where you were doing comedy, I was just like, this fits. Like I could see you doing this. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh yeah, like why hasn't he been done this? Like this fits.
I used to, man. I thought you couldn't tell me back in 2020 that I wasn't gonna be a famous rock star at this point. Like, so
Yeah. But
I was just
at
trying.
that
I was
moment,
like, I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit else. I'm gonna be this for the rest of my life.
yeah.
Like, yeah, nah.
So I thought you were doing both because but after a while I started like because when you first started posting clips about a year ago or so, I was just like, oh, is he doing music and comedy? But then when I seen you were only posting comedy clips and like there wasn't really anything about like wavy or none of that on your page, I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I think this nigga not doing music no more. But either
bro.
way, the
When I
comedy thing still fits.
Yeah, when I changed my name on Instagram, like that was a hard day for me. Like
Yeah,
when I had High Wavy for like a long time. I think it was like I don't know, like maybe like 6 or 7 years. Like that
yeah,
day I was talking to she was my girlfriend at the time, my fiance. Like I was talking to her like, should I change my name? Like because I can't be High Wavy the comedian. Like that sounds lame. Like coming to the
right,
stage, High Wavy. Don't nobody want to hear this. What the fuck a dude named High Wavy
right.
trying to make them laugh about. But yeah, that was a hard day. But whatever.
Yeah. No, I understand, especially when you've like built something for over a long span of time it's like, am I giving up all of this that I built? Like, I don't know how it's gonna move, but you just gotta do shit. And
Yeah,
eventually people get with the program. Because
yeah,
I immediately was just like, oh yeah, that's dope. Like
yeah,
I could see that. So
yeah. Man, appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's no nobody ever tells me, but I see like people like the post and like respond to stories and all of that, and it feels dope that people are allowing me to like you know be a man. Basically, this is why I changed my name to my real name. Like I'm like, bro, your name is not High Wavy. Like you your real name is Robert, bro. Like, just be fucking Robert. But like, I
right.
abbreviate because my family has a history of doing that. Like, we abbreviate a little bit. So yeah, I'm Rob. Like, Rob. If somebody call me Robert, I'm like, come on, man. Like, chill out, bro. you ain't gotta.
Right.
Yeah, well, you ain't gotta call me all that, man. Like, it's okay.
Right. And that's when they'd be like, my father was Robert. You could call me Rob.
That's crazy, bro. I'm a senior now, man. I'm having a little boy.
Yeah.
I'm fucking.
Oh shit, man.
I put that on a fucking job application the other day. It was kind of funny. Like Mr. Robert Hodge Senior. Like, what the fuck? Oh, this is crazy. But he's not.
Amazing.
I don't think we gonna confuse him. We're not gonna even. I know that he don't want to be called Robert. It's gonna be 2020 what
Right.
2040 when he's in going to college. He was like, Dad, why'd you name me Robert? Like,
Right. Like, man, that's an old ass name. Just like how we used to think about names like
Bartholomew.
Eldridge. Yeah. Right.
Clyde. Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Zacharias or some shit. Like all them old ass names.
like
Like,
Barbara.
yeah,
I know.
Beatrice. Like all them old ass names that like people got in the 1800s, in the
Yeah,
1920s. That's
yeah,
how it's gonna be when like in 1852, people gonna be like, "Why'd you name me John? That's so old."
yeah, exactly. Like the fucking juke joint names. It's like,
Yeah.
why you naming me? Why you naming me snapping pop names, Dad?
Right.
What is this civil rights name that you got me with? Like,
Right.
all right, nigga, calm down. You
Like
you you,
civil rights.
you live in my house, motherfucker.
Right. That's gonna be crazy though. Yeah, I was just saying the other day because this whole debacle with the I don't know if you've seen the whole thing with the planes where the system shut down because of a Microsoft update
Bro,
and all of the yeah, go ahead.
I'm so glad that all right. I went out of the country for the first time about 2 weeks ago. I went to Mexico,
Yeah,
bro. If we would have got stuck in Mexico,
Jesus Christ.
I would have lost it, bro. I'm telling you right now. Look, I'm not like shout out to Mexico, but bro,
Mm-mm.
like it was
Mm-mm.
fun, but I'm telling you right now,
No bueno.
you can't even drink the water,
Right. You gotta have bottled water
bro.
with you.
I took a shower. I was itching, like
Man.
oh, we went out the club. Like I'm like, um, first of all, I don't really feel like being at the club. Second of all, it's like it just it's just something about like I said, shout out to Mexico. I'm not talking bad about Mexico, but it's just I'm very American. I understand that now. I always used to
Right.
say I never wanted to leave the country because I didn't know what was going on. But like, bro, I can't drink water. Like, I gotta brush my teeth with bottled water. That's like homeless vibes, bro.
And it's crazy because at that point, the best food for you is like McDonald's or some shit because that's gonna work. But
so
everything else, like you kind of scared. You kind of, playing a game with every other food.
we was on a resort for a family event, very important family event. So like I said, we were on a resort and they didn't have McDonald's. Like they had like
Oh shit.
like food, but like I'm like I honestly like the first thing that I got back was got me some food with some chemicals, bro. I oh, I ordered
Listen.
I ordered a cranberry juice. It was nasty, bro. I could taste the water. Like I couldn't even get ice in my freaking
Cause
scotch.
yeah, cause they don't do ice like that everywhere else.
Yeah, like
America would be the only place that do really do ice like that.
no, I'm saying like you can't drink the water, so you can't drink anything with their ice either.
Oh yeah.
Like they're not making the ice with bottled water. They're making it with their
With
stuff.
their
Like
shit.
yeah,
So,
like and
so
you know,
now you get the ice melts, you drink your scotch. Now you got to boo boo when you get back to the hotel and it's
bro,
a wrap for the whole trip.
bro.
You blowing up everything at that
Like I said,
point.
shout out to Mexico, but I can't. Um, I'm not saying I won't go back because I had a fun time, but like
Yeah, yeah.
we don't know how nice we got it in America, bro.
We're just
It's crazy.
comfortable, that's all. Like
Yeah,
any place that's not home, you can't fully be like even with me, like even with traveling out of the, states sometimes, I never could fully get sleep if I'm not in my own bed. I just
yeah,
never feel comfortable enough. So imagine not being in the States, like somewhere and you stuck. It's just like I like the country. I had a good time, but this ain't home. Like I got
yeah,
to get the hell up out of here. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And like you said, they get cranberry juice. You taste what cranberries actually supposed to taste like, and it ain't
Exactly.
it ain't the cranberries we got.
That shit ain't good. I'm sorry, bro. Give me all the corn syrup. I'm good. Like
Yep,
it's all good. Like
yep.
give me bad health problems when I get older. Knock on wood. But this is fucking
I'll
joking.
take
But
the high fructose. Give it
bro,
to me.
give me the high fructose because this cranberry juice don't even taste. I thought that I knew cranberry juice. I don't know shit.
And it's funny because we always be getting on like the American system and be like, the FDA this or whatever, and they putting this. FDA might know what they talking about because
bro,
everything that's FDA approved, I'm fucking with because all this
bro.
other stuff over there, it have you messed up in the game, boy.
Mm-mm. Even the bottled water, I'm like, bro, I would rather drink Dasani than drink this shit. I don't even drink Dasani. Like, bro,
Right,
give me some fucked up water, because this shit. I wish I would have brought my own Dasani. Like, this is some bullshit.
right.
Like,
Because
nah,
over here, we'll walk. Over here, if somebody tries to hand you designing, we look at it and be like, "Nah, I'm all right." But over there, you take it.
like,
Thank you.
bro,
I'm glad I
please,
got something.
like, thank you, please. Like that shit, yeah.
Right, pour it up.
It was a cool experience, but like I said, I I realized how American I actually am, bro. Hey, you see. So I can't ask you who you voting for because that's
Yeah,
not a good thing.
I'll
But
still tell you.
do you see that Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race,
Yes, I did.
and
Yes, I did.
they got Kamala or Kamala, whatever they call her,
Yeah,
the bro. Donald Trump is about to be the president, bro. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody about to vote for
it's
her.
so wild, dog.
Ain't nobody about to vote for her,
Kamala,
bro. Bro,
and it's so funny. Go ahead, go ahead.
she used to be a judge in LA.
Uh-huh.
Well, California. She was like, yeah. She's locked up hella niggas, like a lot. And she's not like all this, oh, we got a black vice president. That shit, bro. She is not a good person for niggas.
So here's my counterpoint to that. Because I agree, all of that. My only thing is Biden did the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah,
And
but
everybody put his ass in office.
we all
So
was
I
we all was messed up thinking that because he was tied to Obama that he was a good person. We all was messed up because we don't want Donald Trump to be the president. But like now we sitting here with this nigga falling asleep every 5 minutes. And we haven't even heard from Kamala throughout this whole term. All we heard from her when what was she the president? Was she was here when COVID was here, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's 2024. He got elected in 2020. Her famous thing is Joe. We did it, Joe. And what's the other one? Do not come. When she was telling people not to come to
yeah.
America.
And then they had that meme where she was like, "Do not come, do not come." And then they had Trump, and he was like, "I'm gonna come." And they put they put that meme.
Bro,
Every time I see it, that just made me laugh.
did you? And shoot, also, I'm not really political, but like we on the topic
Hmm.
of politicians. All right, so a lot of people like saying like the whole Trump assassination was fake, and I'm like,
Uh,
I don't know if it was fake or not, but people so called died. I mean, not even so called. I think people actually
People
died.
died.
So
Yeah.
like people are like, like Amanda Seals get on there. That was so fake. I don't trust what she say anyway, because she just this whole like the whole like Black Lives Matter thing, like it it kind of got oversaturated to me and kind of annoying because nobody actually did anything but complain. So like
Yeah.
this whole like Trump tried to get assassinated on purpose. Like niggas don't get shot on purpose, bro. Like,
Mm-mm.
and then people are like saying the dude who was trying to assassinate him, like, you believe that he actually did that? Look at him. He don't look like he could shoot nobody. That's when I know that's when I know the niggas ain't from the streets, and that's when I know niggas don't know about people who could actually do something. This dude looked like they showed videos of him getting bullied when he was in middle school. He looked
Hmm.
weird. He had long, weird looking hair. Like, bro, that's suspect number one. I would trust a nigga with damn 3 Glocks in his pants walking down the street with a blunt before I would trust myself around that dude, bro. He looked like an
Precisely.
assassin.
Bro, he looked like everything bad. Like if someone was like, talk about a certified pedophile. Like if
Bro,
that nigga's got a stamp, like a stamp would be on his face that
bro,
says certified over his face, because he
bro.
looks like all of those things that people would like: school shooter, pedophile,
Yes.
whatever. He
Yes.
he looks like all of those things. And like you were saying, like they never they people must have never seen school shooters, or like the dude who shot up that one church.
Yeah, Dylan Roof.
I forgot his. Yeah, that nigga didn't look like he would
No.
do any of that stuff, but he did it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the Columbine shooter, like all the people that do the things they do, they don't look like they would do it.
Yeah, bro.
But most of the times they have like history around them of like stuff happening to them, and this is
Yeah.
them getting back. Or some
Yeah.
people feel being charged up, like, because to be, everyone's not always,
Yeah.
mentally straight.
Yeah.
So we don't know if he had a mental illness or anything like that, and he's watching the news or watching people talk about Trump, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe he feels like, I'm gonna be a hero, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go out there, and and he's dead, so we can't, really assess his
Yeah.
mentality. But there's any number of things that occur to those people that would make them do the things they do. And a lot of times you'll walk right past them on the street and never think anything. And like
Yeah.
you said, homies that got like 2 Glocks in their pocket, you know what I'm saying? They not about to do that type of shit. You know what I
No.
mean? Like
No.
they not assassinating nobody,
My dad.
especially not a politician.
Yeah. My dad always told me, bro, you always need to be aware of the scary niggas. Those are the ones who
Yeah,
pull. Those are the ones who pull the trigger. The people who
right.
y'all think y'all picking on, y'all making, oh, he ain't gonna do shit. Y'all better watch that nigga because he might end up actually doing it. And it don't take nothing, man. A baby could pull a trigger. Like it takes a certain like mindset to actually do that, bro, because we all have like access to damage every single day. But like you said, like people are mentally disturbed, people are hurt, people are like, we don't know what they're going through. So they go ahead and crash out, for lack of better terms. Like, bro,
Yeah.
I have a balcony here right now. People jump off balconies. You think I'm fucking jumping off the balcony? No, I'm not gonna jump off the balcony because
Right.
it will hurt and I will die. Like, I'm not doing that. But
I was gonna
people
say
don't,
it do more than hurt.
bro. I'm gonna be like the Trump assassinator. Like, he ain't got no thoughts no more. Like, shit. Yeah.
Right.
Shit, hell nah. We look, cars. Cars are some of the most dangerous things on the fucking planet, bro. Like, you could run somebody over with your car, but you're not gonna do that because we're sane people, we're good people. But it's
Right.
like, it's people in the world who just aren't good. So you can't put nothing past anybody.
Mm-mm. And it's kind of wild. All these different things are happening at once. So it's like the Trump assassination happens. I was actually on a gig the day it happened, and my tour manager, who is my uncle, was just like, "Yo, you saw that on the news?" And we was watching it on the TV, and I was like, "That's crazy." And then literally a week after, this week, we have the whole shutdown with like
Yeah,
all the systems, and it was more than just airports, hospitals, banks, all their
yeah.
systems were down because of the crash. I still got to do more like looking into that because I still don't fully know what happened, but like, and I was directly affected by that because I was in the airport like the whole day.
I saw on your story
Luckily,
you was in the pre-check line and you got held up, didn't you?
bro, nah, because so when I show up, like the whole system was so fucked up that even in the app, it didn't like notify me of anything. I
Mm,
just like my mother-in-law called me early that morning, like maybe 9 o'clock, and my flight was at 1:40. So she calls me and it's like, "Hey, did you hear about the flights being grounded because of the, computer outage or whatever?" I was like, "No." So I like Googled it and was like, "Oh shit, it says all flights are grounded." So I call, my uncle and I was like, "Yo, it says flights are grounded." And he was like, "Well, we'll see what's going on because it said they resumed flights again. So
mm,
I don't know if your flight is still showing up in the app, then I'd say just continue, to the airport."
yeah.
And then the bass player of the band, he tried to leave earlier that morning from Minneapolis, and he was saying that all his flights were canceled. So he was like standing in line for like an hour to try to get to the counter, and he was on the phone at the same time so he could get another flight. He got another flight, and that flight was because we were going to Denver, but his flight was from Minneapolis to Atlanta, then to Denver, because
Mm,
that was like one of the only ones available. So
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay, well, you might be on my flight." So I was like, "But you know what? I'm gonna leave early." So it was like 9 o'clock when I found out about all this stuff. I left the house at 10 to go to the airport early. It was like, let me just go just in case anything's messed up. I get to the airport around 11 and I go up to the counter to check a bag. And like in the Atlanta airport, they got like the everyone usually goes up to the main entrance, but there's like a downstairs one where you can check your bags too, and no one's usually in that line.
Yeah.
So I always go there. And I went down there and I, put my bag on the thing to weigh it, gave him my ID, and then he just looks up at me and was like, "Your flight canceled, bruh." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You got to go upstairs to the ticket counter and see if you can, get another flight."
So
I go upstairs.
how
Go
long did
ahead.
it take for you to get another flight? Like
Never
what?
got another flight.
So wait, I'm
I'll tell
confused.
you what happened.
Okay.
So they canceled my flight. I go upstairs and the lines are wrapped around the fucking place. Like the lines are so long that like people were standing in line for like 2 hours just to get to the counter so that they can figure out how to get their flights and stuff. Luckily, I had Sky Priority, so there's a different line for people that have Sky Priority, and it was
Mm.
shorter, but it was still long as hell. I still was in the line for like 50 minutes. So I finally get to the counter, and I was like, hey, my flight was canceled. Is there anything we can do? So she was like, oh, you're going to Denver? She was looking up flights, and she was like, there are no more flights going to Denver. All of them are booked already. And I was like, okay, what about going to another airport, then to Denver? Like, are there any flights going to Denver from another airport? Like, I could take a layover or something. She looks it up. No flights. They're all booked up. Yada, yada, yada. So, my uncle is on the phone talking to her, like, oh, well, what about this? What about that? Are there any first class flights, seats available? I'll pay for it. So she looks it up. She was like, oh, there's one first class seat available. So he was like, all right, I'm going to pay for it on my credit card. And she was like, no, you can't do that. You have to be here. So he was like, okay, put the flight on reserve under his name and I'll get the confirmation number and pay for it on my end. So she
Yeah.
goes, okay, hits refresh and then goes, oh, the flight's gone now. So if she would have just like put my name on the flight as soon as she saw it, I would have had that flight. But
But these
people were
airport
snatching
workers,
up flights like this, bro.
and then airport workers don't be shit half the time. They be up there being
Man,
mean as hell, bro. We so we when we were going to Mexico, we had I don't know if you would call it a red eye because we woke up and went, but yeah, we went to the airport at like 4 o'clock because our flight was at 6. This was the hurricane
yeah,
time, bro.
yeah,
We had a direct flight from Chicago to Cancun, and we get up there, we waiting up there, we ate, we sat down, we chilled, we checked our bags and all that. And then like an hour before the flight, they just like, your flight's canceled.
bro. That
I'm
should be
like,
so wild.
why can't you help us? Like, this is stupid, bro. Like, what? Like, we woke up at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning to come all the way down here, and y'all wait until it's time to board the plane to say that it's canceled. Like, the shit wasn't
Yeah.
even that bad. Like, it's all good, bro. But that's another topic. Airport niggas. When I was traveling, back when I was traveling, airport niggas just be airport niggas be airport
No,
niggas.
they definitely will like kind of push you off a bit sometimes.
Yeah.
So with this lady, she just kept being like, "Oh, there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do." So then my uncle was like, "Don't go anywhere. I'll call you back. I'm gonna call Delta real quick." So he hangs up, and I'm standing in line, and I was like, just talking to the lady so that I don't so she don't tell me to go anywhere. So I was just like asking her questions and stuff. And then she was like, I was like, yeah, I'm traveling with a band, da da da. She was like, oh, what band are you with? I was like, Stokely, from Mint Condition, the R&B group from the '90s. Like, I'm traveling with him, and she was like, oh my God, I love Stokely. And she was like, yeah, he talks to me when he comes here sometimes. I was like,
Like, bitch, he don't talk to you. He probably say
okay,
he's
yeah,
probably nice to everybody. What the hell? Like, he's saying pretty brown eyes. People know who he is.
right.
You have to be nice to people. Like, come on, bro.
Right. So I was like, I'll indulge. I was like, oh, for real, you know him? I was like, she was like, yeah, and I have a cousin that knows him and his wife, and da da da. So she's just chatting it up. And then she goes, well, okay, maybe I could put you on standby for the next flight because I can't put you on a flight because they're all booked up, but I could put you on standby at least. And I was like, in my head, I was like, why you ain't say that 20 minutes ago?
Man,
I'm standing
man,
here.
people be that. Look, that take me back to L.A. I tell it
Right.
like fucking people are like really weird about famous people, bro.
Yeah.
when they know that you are with somebody who has some type of thing that they think that they can get, because it's all a facade, bro. It's just like people are good at what they do and they end up getting famous. Not like taken away
Right.
from them or anything, but like you as a fan shouldn't be so. Well, you as a human being can be a fucked up person, and then when somebody's like, "Oh, such and such is my uncle," you're like, "Oh, well, I'm
Right.
nice to you now." Like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You sound like a fucking groupie. He don't know you. He don't know your name.
Right. Right. Because then I was like, oh, what's your name? I'm going to tell him, I'm going to ask him about you. And she goes, oh, my name is what I forgot what her name was. But she goes, oh, my name. I told you, I got to meet you like 4 times. But
Bro,
she was like, my name is whatever, whatever. And then she goes, yeah, but he wouldn't remember me. And I was like, okay.
I
What was
thought you
all of
said
this
he
I know
talks
him
to you
thing?
all the time, and you got a cousin that knows
Right.
him. So why are you? What do you like? Being relatable is cool, but like people, like I said, like they have to. When I meet when I meet people or whatever, and I'm around like people, you just gotta be chill sometimes, bro. Like you don't have to like stop trying to like make this person your family because you've seen them on TV, bro. It's just a human being. Like
Right.
you don't have to be like you don't got to be weird. It's weird. Like you wouldn't talk to this person if it was just a person walking in front of you on the street. But now because well, I mean that nigga that Stokely is a dope nigga, but still like you don't have to change your mind about how you're treating somebody just because now you
Right.
have this information. That's weird. Like I'm I've never
Right.
I've never met a person who I like saw on TV and been like, "Oh my God, it's you! Can I take a picture with you? Can I be a yada yada
Never.
with you?" Like that shit is weird, bro. Like if it's
Never.
chill, well, I got a picture. I think I met Trader Truth one time at a park.
Yeah.
It was like for an event, and it was like, at the time, I'm like, oh, that's Trader Truth. Hey, bro, get a picture real quick. Take the picture, boom. I didn't post a picture like, yeah, me and Trader Truth locked in now. You know what I'm saying? Forever. Like, this my dog. That nigga don't remember me. It just fucking,
No.
it was a dope moment. Move the fuck on, bro. Like, people are weird.
Right.
This shit is weird.
That nigga is not thinking about none of like he ain't thinking about none of us.
Like,
And
none.
like you said, Stokely is a nice dude, but I mean, look, my man's is busy. He working, he doing a lot of stuff. He not really, he's grateful for the fans and the people, but he's a
Yeah.
person just like
Yeah.
all of us.
It's
He
like,
gotta he
bro,
eats, shits, and sleeps like the rest of us.
exactly. Like how you go to the airport and you see 100,000 people every day and you're not nice to people. That's wrong if you expect people who make songs to be nice to you because they make songs.
Right. But no, so this woman puts me on standby. I finally check my bag. I go through TSA. I get to my gate. I'm sitting there because like the flight wasn't until like maybe 4 or 5, and it was like 11:45. So I'm like, okay, I got some hours to kill. I'm gonna like edit videos. I'm gonna watch, something, just chill out, whatever. And then they changed the gate, so now I traveled to that gate. So I'm sitting in front of that gate, and then they canceled the flight. Like it was like maybe 20 minutes before it was time to board that flight. Canceled it. So then I was like, what the hell? So they put me on standby for the next flight. I go there. That flight was booked up, so I'm standing there waiting, hoping that they call my name for the standby list. They don't call it. So that flight takes off. I wasn't able to get on that flight.
Mm,
Then so I was like, okay, maybe if I can't get to Denver, I could get to like another city in Colorado.
yeah.
And there was a lady that was standing next to me. She was trying to get to Colorado too. And she said, well, Colorado Springs has an airport, so let's see if they have one. I went to that terminal to see if, I could get on that plane, but I just had to wait in line. Then my uncle calls me back and he's like, yo, I got you on a flight. You have a seat on a flight straight to Denver. You don't have to worry about the Colorado Springs thing. You'll be going straight to Denver. I looked at my app. It said I had a seat. I was like, all right, cool. I went to that gate. At this point, it's like 8 o'clock p.m. I'm standing there waiting. Then the flight was supposed to be at like 10. Then they push it back to 11. Then they push it back to 11:42. Then they push it back to 12. Then they push it back to 12:44 a.m.
So niggas is
I go
still
up to
in Atlanta, basically.
still in Atlanta. And the upside is I was still in Atlanta. So I could go home if anything happens.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's the upside because all the people I was talking to, they was coming from other states. Like this the lady that I was talking to, she came from New York. So she'd been there since the day before, since the night before she got to the Atlanta airport and all the
She's
stuff was grounded.
Bro, these airports about to have to pay people so much money.
Mad bread. I know that we about to get all the like credits and like they're trying to gonna probably try to give us sky miles and give us money, give us all whatever to make
Yeah.
up for this shit. Because it was so ridiculous. But she got on that Colorado Springs flight eventually, and that one took off. So the one that my uncle put me on got canceled. I waited all the way until 12:44 midnight. I go up to the gate that it's supposed to be in. That gate says Ontario, California. I said, hold on, why does it say Ontario, California? This is supposed to be the gate for Denver. And the dude at the counter was like, oh, the Denver flight? Oh, that one got canceled. I was like, what?
Bro.
I was like, because it didn't say nothing in the app. Like, it didn't say nothing. Like, the app was probably so behind because so many people were trying to use it, it was crashing it. But I go up to that gate, he says it's canceled. I called my uncle and I was like, yo, they canceled that flight. It's 12:44 a.m. I'm about to go home, man. Like there are
Yeah.
no other flights. I spoke to the dude at the counter to see if I could get a flight early in the morning. They keep telling me that there's no flights until Sunday. And this was Friday. I was like, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm probably gonna miss the show. And he was like, well, go up to another counter, because we had our monitor engineer was flying out of Atlanta too. He was
Mm,
like, go see what flight he's on and see if you could get on that flight. I go to his gate. I go up to the counter. They're like, we can't get anybody on this flight because it's full. And I was like, is there any other flights leaving tonight? And they were like, there's one more flight right after this flight leaving from this exact same gate. I could try to put you on that one. Then the they were they kept pushing back the flight that was supposed to leave, but because they didn't have enough crew members, so they were looking for flight attendants and stuff.
mm,
But so, everything's backed up, so they
yeah.
probably just don't have enough workers.
Yeah.
So they had enough flight attendants and pilots for the flight that was leaving after, but not for the one that was leaving at that moment. So what they ended up doing was canceling the flight after and putting all of the flight attendants and pilots on this flight. So once that flight took off, I was like, I'm done. It's
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning. It's 1:30 in the morning. I tried everything I could do. I'm going home. I'm done. I'm through. I've been standing on my feet for the past 16 hours. It's a wrap.
And
And
sitting
I
on this
went home.
on these uncomfortable ass chairs. It ain't no comfortable chairs in the airport.
Absolutely none.
I don't
No
know why
lumbar
they.
support.
Yeah, no, I don't like. They need to fix that shit because I'm just thinking about that. Like it's no because when we got our flight canceled, like I said, we was there for a couple of hours, bro. I can't imagine being there all day. I would have been sick.
And
Like, bro,
this lets you know how old I'm getting. I got a bulging disc in my back and shit. Nigga standing on his feet all day.
I got two.
So
I got two of them.
yeah,
We both old.
yeah, we get We getting there. Luckily, it's not bad to the point where I'm like having pains all the time. But you
Yeah,
know,
nah, yeah,
if you're not in a good position all day, it could just be a little uncomfortable.
yeah,
So I was like, man, this shit was whack. And then so that happened, and then the next day, Biden steps down from presidency, and I was like, yo, when Zeka gets older, I'm gonna have to tell him I lived through all of this craziness, and
yes,
I'm gonna just
bro.
be telling the stories of all the stuff happening.
We
And
lived
like you
through.
said, I'm not that political neither. Like I keep up here and there to try to understand, and see certain things that's going on, but there's certain things you just can't ignore.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And like this is one of them.
assassination attempt, crash, Biden drop out. It's like,
Crazy.
what the hell is going on? But people be like, I'm not one of those. Also, like, I just don't like to. I don't get into shit. Honestly, I get into what I get
Yeah,
into, but I don't like politics, so I'm not getting into it. I don't like conspiracy theories, so I'm not getting into it. But people be like, the world's ending, America is about to fall, all this shit. I don't believe that. I just think it's some shit that's happening, and it happens, and it's just a part of history. And what I mean, you live another day, bro. Like it's all good. I mean, not all good. Some
right.
bad shit happened, but what the fuck are
Yeah,
we
but
like? What do we do about it?
imagine how niggas felt during 9/11. All these different things that have consistently been happening. We just kind of forget about them and move on. And
Yeah,
then when the next thing happens, we're like prisoners of the moment. So when the next thing happens, we just, like, oh my God, this is the craziest things to happen, in forever. Like this generation is fucked,
yeah.
and all that shit. Then it's like, man, stop it. Y'all had like lead in y'all gas and it made y'all dumber. And
Y'all
you
had
talking about this generation is
y'all
stupid,
had
is fucked. Like, get
y'all
out of
had
here.
asbestos. Ronald Reagan had a fucking assassination attempt. Y'all couldn't even drink water from the same
Yeah,
water fountains as white people, and y'all talking about this generation is fuck like the government's so bad
right.
now, so corrupt. Like, all right,
Ronald
nigga,
Reagan, Ronald Reagan and the CIA and shit had us cracked out in the 80s. You know what I'm
bro,
saying? Like,
bro,
and y'all talking about this generation is fucked.
this
They had
generation,
all of y'all selling and doing crack cocaine.
man,
And
and it,
and y'all want to talk about our generation.
all the excuse was we didn't know what it was. Okay, well we don't know what is going on now either. So we'll grow up
Right,
and be old niggas talking about you remember back when such and such happened, and we'll still keep
right,
living, bro. Like I said, when you go to those other countries, okay, move to Mexico. Move to goddamn Sweden or some shit. Move to fucking Australia and see if you don't get your ass ate up by them damn 12-foot mosquitoes that they got down there. Like,
right. And them boot spiders.
we live in one of the best countries in the world. And I think that like everybody's just so ready to like they want like people thrive in negativity and
Right.
they want it to be bad. I think like people don't recognize that they even want that. It's like, bro, just chill out and live. Like it's okay. You get comfortable where you are and just live your life, bro. That's all you can do. You can't do
Yeah,
anything else about it. Like it's nothing that we can
yeah.
do. Like you could want to do something so bad. Like I remember when I even went out to the parade. My bad. The protest
The
For George Floyd,
parade. Hey man, it was a good time.
bro. I wish that I did it. To be totally honest, it was a big waste of
Yeah.
time. Nothing came from it, bro. Like nothing at all. Like nothing.
Yeah. It's very difficult because you do have to find like very reputable organizations that are really trying to get shit done. And the crazy thing is, most of those are silent. Most of those
Hmm.
are the ones you don't know about, and they are getting shit done. Like
Yeah,
they're trying to get legislation pushed. They're trying to get, things changed for people, and we don't necessarily see them all the time, but they're like, you know, boots to the grass, like,
Hmm.
in the trenches, like really fighting for people's rights. And
Yeah,
sometimes that means they do protests. Sometimes that means they do other things because some of the protests do get shit, popping.
yeah.
But a lot of stuff, be man, like
It's just
you
to,
people be uneducated, like you
yeah,
can't jump into some shit that you know nothing about and be like, I'm
yeah,
fighting for yada yada yada, and then you don't know anything about, like, you got to know what you're doing first. Which
yes.
is
Like,
why if someone asks me, like, hey, do you want to come protest or be a part, and then it'll be like, well, what is it for? What are we doing? What is the goal? What are we aiming for? Like, I don't want to just
we
jump
just
into
want to,
shit
we
or else
want to
I'm no
fight.
good.
We want to fight. We just
Right.
want to fight. Like, okay,
Or the best one is, we're just trying to spread awareness.
like, bro, niggas know already, but sometimes people just
Right.
got a son and a wife at home that they trying to make sure eat, bro. It can't be always some rah rah rah. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, honestly, like, I ask myself all the time, why did I go out there to the Black Lives Matter rally? Like, why did I
Yeah.
do that? Like, why did I do that? Like, what was the point? Like, what are
Hmm.
we? Police brutality is still happening.
Yeah.
What? I don't know if they I think they paid George Floyd's family, but like, it happens sometimes, like with shit, like, like, things happen, and like I said, like, we can't just be mad and everybody go crazy. Because, matter of fact, the crazy thing about that's why I called it a parade at first. Like, nothing happened at the end, but people just starting to act stupid. Like, so we walked around the whole Atlanta, we chilling, all of that, and then after a while, people started to, like, throw fireworks at the police and shit, and, like, fucking. I remember walking past this one business, right? This dude had a fucking, like, some kind of automatic gun. I don't know what it was, but it had a clear clip. He was like, "Bro, y'all come over here and fuck with some shit. I'm shooting everybody." Like, a person who has built something for their
Yeah.
family being affected by people who just want to spread awareness or want to be mad about some shit. Like, bro, I got to protect my shit. And I think that honestly is the the approach that we all should take. Just protect your shit. You can't protect nobody else. If you really care about some shit, then make good kids. Make sure that your wife is not sexy red. Make sure that like, make sure that you ain't out here, being freaking David Ruffin or goddamn, whatever. Like, that's a joke, but,
Yeah.
like, make sure that you are good people and you don't have to really worry about much. In my
Right.
humble opinion, I could be wrong, but I've been doing all
No,
right.
you're not wrong, because it does start with you and your family, like, because the community has to be, built, and that community is what builds the society. But at the same time, if people are not organized and willing to be a part of something and know what they're doing, and know what they stand for and know how to get stuff done, it's very difficult.
Yeah,
So there are a lot of people out here that are trying to get shit done for a lot of people, and they know what they're doing. They have a clear mission, and they're working hard. But there's a lot of people that are some people are pushed, and by people who have good intentions, at the least, that are pushed to go out there. You got to be a part of something. You got to do this. We won't let this stand. We won't let that, whatever. Injustice anywhere is an injustice to us all, and they get guilted into supporting things they know nothing about.
yeah,
And then it can kind of, sometimes fuck shit up.
yeah.
And mm, yeah,
Cloud people's
all of that.
minds. Everybody's not a soldier. Everybody's not
Mm-mm.
everybody's not prepared to actually be a leader of something that is going to change the world. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
you got to know that all small things equal big things. A person, I'm one
Mm-hmm.
person in this whole city of what, 3.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to do my part to be a good person in Chicago. That's the only way that I could fix anything. So it start there, and
Mm-hmm.
then like people get clouded, and like the leader of the Black Lives Matter thing, who got $6 million from shit and was paying off her boyfriend and her damn kids and shit, and bought a new house in Malibu or some shit like that. Like what?
Moving like a pastor.
Like, bro, you see the other the remember the poppin' pastor or whatever his name is? What's his
Yeah,
name?
Peter Popoff or
No,
whatever.
not Peter Pop. Is his name? I don't know his name. It was a dude with all the designer clothes who got robbed
Oh, I
on
know what you're talking
live.
about.
He got robbed
Yeah,
on live. He going to jail. Like,
good. He was robbing people.
exactly. So like, bro, like don't follow stuff. Like follow yourself. Like you don't have to follow shit if you don't really want to, bro. And like make your own decisions and just be a good person at the end of the day. And then that's how you make
Hmm.
the world better. You don't, like I said, everybody ain't a soldier. I'm not a soldier. I'll fight for what's for me, but I'm not about to be out
Hmm.
here taking down the whole world for for some shit that don't
Hmm.
have nothing to do with me. I'm on my business. You got to mind your business and take care of your own shit. And I think that's how everybody need to be. But also, I got to understand that everybody can't think like me. So it's just all like a bunch of just
Yeah,
uh,
it's complicated. I know when I saw that whole draft thing, I was like, y'all better be glad I'm out the age range because y'all don't want me in there.
bro. Y'all
I'll
do
be
not.
gone.
Bro, I would have been like, what's his name on Dead Presidents? I would have been like Chris Tucker on Dead Presidents. He froze up. It's like we gotta shoot people. I ain't trying to shoot
Right.
nobody. Like, hell
I would have
no.
been like, what was that? Muhammad Ali. He was like, y'all want to send me over there to kill the Vietnam people, but a Vietnamese man ain't never did nothing to me,
He
and
ain't
I
never
ain't do
called.
nothing to him.
He ain't never called me a
He,
nigga.
right? He never did none of that. But that's y'all war. That don't got nothing to do with me. Shit. But yeah, like getting just to very briefly, because we're about to. It's like an hour and some change we've been talking, but
Oh yeah.
um, briefly back to like the Biden dropping out thing. Um, a part of me does feel like they just handed it to Trump,
Ain't
but
nobody voting for Kamala.
and it's the weird because I was just thinking in my head like trying to understand for myself why don't people want to vote for her? Because well, first of all, it's not like she's done anything. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the very blatant like judge like locking people up because I the only reason why I say that is because people voted for Biden and he did a lot plus some.
Yeah.
He did a lot of that plus some. That nigga been in office for before she was born. That nigga was in black and white pictures. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? When there was segregation. So you already know that, he's done a lot in politics that were not good. And people still voted for him. So outside of that, why else? And some people say, well, she's, not competent. It's like, well, Biden wasn't competent. So again, why wouldn't you vote for it? Why wouldn't you vote for her? And then it's like, oh, well, I don't know, like she's this, she's that. And I'll be like, do you just not want a woman in office? Do you just not want a black woman in office? Do you just,
Look.
and then, no, it ain't that. And it's like, but no one's giving me, then are you just repeating what other people are saying then? Because I don't really see any reason why you wouldn't vote for her because you voted for Biden and he did all the same things she's did. If it's just to put just because a lot of people said they voted for Biden so that they can get Trump out of office.
Mm-hmm.
So even with that cause, if you don't want Trump in office, there goes another cause that you can vote for Kamala Harris. Like the most important thing I think is actually uh your local government.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
You know, so we all hype up the presidential elections and stuff because that is important. But you know, no matter who Biden is in office, and in Louisiana, they just passed a law saying that niggas gotta have the Ten Commandments up in classrooms and pray in classrooms and stuff like that.
Mm,
Biden didn't say that that was okay. That's just Louisiana stuff. In Florida, they was passing all these laws about like not wanting to talk about critical race theory, all that type of stuff. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? Biden didn't pass that, law. That was just the Florida government doing things they want to do. In
yeah.
Atlanta, they're trying to pass laws to fine people that buy homes. Like there's a lot of companies that'll just buy up a home and don't do anything with it. So it kind of dilapidates and all the homes around it like are getting built up, getting remodeled. They look nice. So then what happens then? The property value of that, you know, broke down house is
Goes
going
up.
up and up and up.
Yeah.
So they don't have to do nothing with it. They can just wait for the property value to go up in like 5 years or whatever. Then somebody else comes and says, well, I want to buy this house. And then they sell it for much
For
more than what
three
they bought
mil,
it for.
3 million.
But people are like mad. Right.
Look, and,
And
and,
it's
and,
like, damn, that's
in,
crazy.
in California, they're trying to pass a bill where schools don't have to tell you what your child what gender your child identifies with.
Mm.
Also, in California, they're passing something that says if you don't agree with how your child represents themselves as far as gender identity, that they can be put in the system or they can emancipate themselves from you or something like that. Like I'm probably fucking it up, but yeah. So yeah, it's a
I
bunch of
think you shouldn't jump to, getting your child taken or whatever. Why can't we start with therapy or something? It's like, why don't we go to family therapy or some shit, try to work this out? You got to jump straight to, hey, now we got to take your kid from you.
you don't want them to
And
be
although
transgender, so we're gonna take your kid. Like what?
I don't know if that's even, is that possible? I don't know.
And
But that's why I'm saying your local
mhm.
laws are very important. And when you see things happening in your local government, it's very important to participate in that. And no one does. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, to hell, for years I didn't. Watching the whole thing with what's that nigga name that was running over here in Atlanta? Um Herschel Walker and that whole thing with him, that made me be like, oh nah, I gotta do something about this. This nigga gotta get the hell up out of here.
Yo,
He was talking
I,
about all this crazy stuff, bro.
bro, that nigga got CTE for sure, bro.
Straight up. I was like, man, this man's brain is pudding, dog. Like he don't
Bro,
need to be doing nothing in office.
but remember what I said though? Remember the whole thing? People see famous people and they start
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Tip. Like, bro,
Right.
you don't have to do that. They still shit and eat just like you. Like, not like all of they are bad or some shit, but it's just like, bro, just because he scores some touchdowns don't mean he
Right.
should get this far in the damn race, bro.
Bro, that nigga went and did MMA too. So his brain is done. Like
Bro,
after getting tackled by 6'5", 300-pound men, he went into the ring to do MMA when he was in like his 40s and 50s already. Now the nigga still was in magnificent shape, but like you still getting bopped in the head even more. So
Nigga,
you already know by the time he trying to become a senator or whatever, like his brain was done. He
these
over
folks,
there talking about, you know, I seen this movie. It was called Freak Night, Fright Night or something. And it was vampires, a werewolf. I was like, if you don't get this man the fuck up out of here, dog,
bro, people
what is
so
going on?
people so people so starstruck in this fucking country, bro. They'll fuck around and elect Floyd Mayweather as president and be like, "Oh, you know, he's really good with money."
Right,
Like, bro, come on,
right.
bro. Stop dick riding and stop making these people more than they are, bro. It's okay. Just leave. Just leave it. Just leave it.
Leave it.
Just leave it. Do what's right for you, and that's it. Shit.
Right. And on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up. It's an hour 35,
Damn.
which
Yeah.
for me, which for me is actually short because I'll be going sometimes and I'll talk for 2 hours and then I'll
It's
be mad because now I gotta edit a 2 hour video.
well, no, it's a couple things that we got to take out anyway. So yeah, it's go get shortened back down.
We'll see. I try to leave everything in
I
because I
think
don't be caring.
yeah,
But
I ain't say nothing. Yeah, no, I ain't say nothing too crazy. But it's a nah.
nah, you ain't say nothing crazy.
It's a couple. Nah, whatever. It's all right.
If
Yeah,
you want it, if you want it,
I
I'll
think
edit it.
I think I specifically said a couple things. Oh no. See, one of my homies just said something about oh wait, I don't know, he might be lying. But no, it's a couple I think I just said don't we probably can't put this in the interview before and then just take that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Just whatever
And
that
I'll
was.
let you. I always let everybody review it anyways,
All right,
and
bet,
just
bet.
be like, hey, like these are the things. This is what it looked like. This is what you said. Is there anything you want bleeped or taken out or whatever?
Yeah, because that's another thing. Shit, since I haven't been high wavy no more, I'm real careful about what I say. I don't say anything that I can't come back from.
Oh yeah, because that high wavy was a wild boy.
Man, he was. I don't even remember. I don't remember a lot of times, but yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Good to let people know where they can find you, what you doing, if you got anything you want to push or whatever. It's
Uh,
only like 5 people watching this shit anyways right now,
you
so
know, it's all good. Shit. What? Oh, you can find me at the Rob Hodge on Instagram. I'm only doing Instagram right now. That other shit, I'll be. It's hard to manage all of that.
hell yeah.
I got a couple shows coming up, but like I said, as a comedian, you kind of gotta keep your you gotta keep your stuff fresh. So when I'm retiring it, I'm gonna record it and put it out. But you're not really gonna see much like clips or whatever. But yeah,
Hmm.
shit. Oh, I'm about to be a father. Y'all could hit up that registry if niggas want to do something. No, but
Right.
I don't want nothing from strangers though. It's all good. We he gonna be all right either way. But yeah, shit. I'm pushing this ring and this damn baby right now. That's all I got.
Okay, I feel that. Get that nigga a swaddle or something. You know,
Yeah.
help him out. That's gonna help him out a little bit to go to sleep.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, to all of y'all that's watching, like I said, to the 5 of y'all niggas that's watching right now, appreciate it. Um, like, comment, subscribe, share if you are watching this. You gotta let people know so I can get these numbers up and make some money. Um, I do have the Patreon where all of this stuff goes up first, and it's only $1. I know y'all got that,
Yeah,
so
everybody, niggas better have a dollar.
right. But yeah, man, this gonna sign out. Appreciate you for, pulling up on me and
Yes,
doing
sir.
this. This is pretty much going to be the format from now on because I'm tired of setting up and breaking down a set every time I want to record one of these hoes.
Boy,
So this is what I'm doing now. Just
I
I'll turn my computer on and we'll go.
I tried to do the podcast shit. I'm tired. Yeah, like all them chords and all
Oh
them that, bro.
yeah, you was doing it with Umi
Yeah,
and
Umi, my homeboy, like
yeah,
my one of my like childhood friends.
it was dope though.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. It was too much. This shit is hard. It's hard to get everybody together, but if it was like this, I bet you everybody would have still been doing the shit.
Absolutely. That reminds me, I should hit up Umi because that'd be a great podcast.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Umi's dope, man. She's dope.
for real.
Yeah, that's
That would be a good interview, I think.
one of the dopest people I ever met, man. She's fire.
For real. But all right, man, I'm gonna let you get back to your fam.
All right, bro.
Uh,
Same.
appreciate you. It was good talking to you. It's been a minute, but we're gonna talk some more.
Yes, sir. Just hit me up.
All right.
All right.
Preach.
All right.